Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Now, of course, tomorrow we are back at the Riverside Stadium. The international break has finally disappeared and my camera is not even right for this preview. Let me get this a bit closer in. There we go. So yeah, tomorrow, Borough play Reading down at Riverside Stadium, which is pictured behind me. Now, over recent years, we've had a decent record home and away against Reading. I know a few years back they scored after a couple of seconds down at the MIDDLESBROUGh Stadium, but at home especially, we normally had a fairly decent record against them. But this season, you would say they look a bit more stronger. Reading invested inside the transfer market and brought in some fairly decent players. And overall, even though they're 16th, is it a true reflection on their season so far? Not really. For me personally, I feel like they played decent this season and maybe should be higher up than what they already are. But I say in front of me as always, I have the statistics on Reading, the last 5 games, the league positions, the top goal scorers, all of that sort of business, which we'll get through right now. Jose Gomez, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, Jose Gomez is of course the new Reading manager, and of course the ground is the MIDDLESBROUGh. I've been to a fair few times. I went when they got promoted to the Premier League in 2008, I believe it was, and they beat us 3-2. We were 2-0 up. Yakubu was down and getting the goals on that day. I went again. I bring in Braithwaite. Was it Sombolonga and Ledbetter with the goals? Ledbetter scored a penalty. We beat him 2-0. When last year they broke my wrist when we scored. It was absolute scenes, absolute limbs in the away end when George Friend scored on the 85th minute. And I believe that's the only time that I've been to Reading 3 times, and hopefully make it 4 by going back this season. It's a lovely stadium. It really is a fantastic away day down at Reading. The Reading fans are absolutely spot on as well. So overall, it's a fantastic away day. And it helps if it's sunny as well, because it makes it even better. So the last 5 games, winning 2, losing 2 and drawing 1. They beat Cardiff at home 3-0 and missed a penalty in that game. But of course, a penalty didn't matter when it did it not. Boosted players' confidence, of course. Add to the scoreline, but either way, they still did Cardiff, the newly relegated Premier League team, 3-0. They did Huddersfield away 2-0, which actually surprised me a lot. I didn't expect them to get anything at Huddersfield away, and they did. They actually beat them 2-0, which was actually quite a shock. The game that they drew against with West Brom 1-1. Then I believe that they went there on the Tuesday night following that game, back to the Hawthorns. I believe they beat them in the Cup to go through to the next round against Plymouth. And now they've got the next round against Watford. And of course, they lost to Hull City away 2-1. And Charlton at home 2-0. That one actually shocked me. I know Charlton in second, but I thought Reading might have got something against Charlton. With Charlton just coming up. But Charlton, man, do you know what I mean? They're taking the league by storm. They've been second in the league and playing really, really well. But yeah, Reading, surprisingly, I mean, I couldn't believe they got beat, honestly. I could not believe the scoreline, just because we were on such a good run leading up to that game. But, you know, tomorrow, you know, I'm reading a few things on their own sort of club website about how their club, or should I say their players, want to come straight to the Borough tomorrow. No messing about. And I feel that's the kind of, like, approach of many teams this season. You know, they see that we've got a new manager in, new sort of style of play, new system. And I feel like teams want to come here and give us no sort of time on the ball. Don't let us do our game plan. Especially coming to the Riverside Stadium. I'm hoping that this season we can make it a bit of a fortress. I know the month of August we've got 8 points out of 18. And of course this season, or should I say this month, there's actually 9 points up for grabs. And I've already said if we can get 7 of them, I'd be very, very happy. In terms of the league table, they're only 2 spots ahead of us, Reading. And again, I thought they were higher. The 16th, winning 2, drawing 1 and losing 3 on 7 points. And Borough 18th, 1 win, 3 draws, 2 losses on 6 points. So really, really close together. Whoever wins it will, of course, pull clear of the other. And overall for Borough, I've always said before, if you were to give us 10th in the league, 10th to 12th position, I would snap your hands off right now. 18th, yeah, I don't like being 18th. It is a bit too close, that sort of relegation zone. So the quicker we can move away from that, the better. Top goal scorers for Reading. Yoku Miete has got 3 goals. Puskas, who's very, very good, he's also on 3 goals. But they Borough want to sign him inside the summer transfer window. Costs us a bit too much money. It's a fair play for Reading to actually bring them to the football club, because so far so good for them. 3 goals, and it's turned to quite a signing for them as well. Of course, Barrett has got 2 goals as well to make up their 3rd highest goal scorer. In terms of the Borough, Britterson Bolonga's on 3. Fletcher's got 2 goals and 2 assists, and Paddy McNair recently opened up his Borough account, scoring against Millwall, is also on 2 goals. Now, in terms of my starting 11, I would leave it the same that I predicted for Bristol City away, which of course that game we drew 2-2. I don't think anybody expected us to get anything from that game. And I said before the game, if we would have got a point, I would have been happy. So you can believe me, I left Bristol City with a big, big smile on my face. Randolph goes in goal. House at right back. I'll put Ayala and Fry in between the centre half, and then of course ball out on the left. Between the midfield, for of course make up the 4-3-3, it would be Lewis Wing, Adam Clayton, Paddy McNair, and of course Ashley Fletcher, Marvin Johnson, and the man up top, the highest goal scorer at the club at the minute, Britt Assombalonga. In terms of tomorrow's game, I do think it's going to be a tough game. There is absolutely no question about it. Pusquets is someone to watch out for. He is a very, 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 very dangerous sort of striker. And we see him against Cardiff, the way he can get into the box, where he can dribble past the defender. And when he's got the ball, and when he's inside that final sort of like third, running at your goal, there's that ounce of fear. And everyone gets a little bit nervous. So overall, it's going to be a tough game, but I do believe we can get the 3 points, I really do. We have absolutely no disrespect to Reading at all. I'm going to go for a Borough 3, Reading 1. I do think they will get a goal, but I do think that Borough home advantage, first game back after the international break. Why not start off with 3 points? It's a big month for games. Even though there's only 3 of them, they're all big games for me. Reading at home, of course, tomorrow. Cardiff City away next Saturday, and of course Sheffield Wednesday at home. There's 9 points to play for. Can we get all 9 points out of this month? It'd be absolutely fantastic. If you can't, leave your comments down below. I said 7 points, but listen, I want to start off the month with 3 points tomorrow. Reading fans, how do you feel about coming here tomorrow and possibly getting a point? Would you happy to take a point away from the Riverside Stadium? Or would you like all 3? Or would you actually expect your team to get all 3 tomorrow? Of course, they've made a few signings. Borough have as well. And overall, listen, it's going to be a fantastic game of football once again. Football is back. The international break is now gone. But 3-1 tomorrow is my prediction. Goal scorers if you want them. Lewis Wing. I'll go for Ashley Fletcher. And I'll go for Britt Assombalonga to get the goals tomorrow. And for them, I'll probably go for A.J.T to get one for them. That's if I'm pronouncing his name right. Apologies if I'm not. Reading fans, if you are watching, can you please comment down below and let me know how many fans Reading are bringing. I'm always interested to see how many sort of like away supporters are going to be visiting Riverside on a Saturday afternoon. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. We're very, very close down to 2.5k. So if you're not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Check out all my social medias, link inside the description. I post the most on Instagram and on my Snapchat. If you want my Snapchat, comment down below and I'll give it to you. But yeah, watch out for the match day vlog tomorrow night. Can't wait for it. Back at the Riverside Stadium tomorrow after a long international break off. And yeah, people, see you tomorrow. Up the Borough.